Okay, welcome back, everyone. Come on in and grab your drinks and your snacks and whatever it is that you're grabbing these days, and join me as I present a type of toy that I don't think I've done in a while, and that's a flying saucer. And in this case, it's the Flying 8 saucer. And before I get into it, take a second to subscribe. That's always my requirement if you haven't already done so. And, one thing about this saucer, it's been an enigma. I've had this toy so many times I can't even count. And I'm always trying to find a really, really good example. And for whatever reason, and in fact, I think I restored the box once, and I sold the box with a little minor restoration to another collector. And at that time, I paired it with I had probably a perfect saucer. In the box I just wasn't crazy about. And then I've had it flipped where I had a pretty good box and a not so great saucer. And then I saw this combination. I thought, this was pretty good. And you know what? It's okay, but it's, again, it's the box is a little wavy, and I don't know. And I'll tell you what, so here's the box, and it's in pretty good shape. I mean, this box has some nice graphics. The illustration's really cool. The astronauts are depicted really well. The saucer's illustrated really well. It's got a nice blue. It's got the planet. It's a Haji logo there. And you can see it's number 2987. Pretty soon, we'll be at the year 2987. We'll be long dead, but if the Earth doesn't blow itself up, at least humans, right? They'll look at that if this toy survives, and they'll say, holy shit, look at that. They made this toy. And we're in the year 2987. They thought about it 1,000 years ago. And anyway, here's your panels. And it's even got these cool motion lines over here, like it's going through. It's got nice little fonts, and it's got your copper sable. It's a little wavy. Nothing terrible. I mean, the box is in pretty good condition. One of the nice, actually, I have to say, this box is, in nicer condition than most of the boxes I've had. And again, you have, the top, you got those motion lines. It looks pretty good. Why it has the 8? I don't know why it's the Flying 8 saucer. I don't know what the 8 signifies. Is it infinity? Maybe it is infinity. Now, the saucer, one of the things I've always wanted, a really, really nice dome. This one has like a scuff, but what's weird, it's not really a scuff. It's on the inside, and it's so infuriating. Because I wanted a perfect dome, and I actually have plastic polish. The outside of the dome is perfect, but from the inside, I'm thinking, what the hell? Scuff the dome from the inside. So it's frustrating. But then the other thing, I see some, it looks like, my only guess is this is some kind of oil residue that somehow leaked, if the toy was upside down at any given point, maybe some lubrication from the gears kind of bled through, because you could see it came even over here. That's the only thing I could think of. And then, of course, the sparking, because what this says is friction powered with sparking. So if I go across here, it actually has a pretty cool sound. But what it does not have is sparking. Now, okay, we expected it's not going to spark. Now, I'm surprised that the friction, though, doesn't carry this. It does sound really good. But I think I should be able to let it go, and it should at least propel this thing for a little while. But it doesn't. And given that much friction resistance, I'm surprised that there's no sparking left. But anyway, the cockpit is pretty cool. And here's your Haji logo. Remember, Haji made that pretty cool Space Trooper, and I have that boxed. The gels are in good shape. And here's, you can see where, again, it bled some kind of grease or something on there. So it's just a little frustrating. It's so hard to get this toy perfect. The tin is in really nice shape. You can see the bottom here. Bottom looks pristine. That's another reason I'm surprised it doesn't spark, because there's no wear on this toy whatsoever. So it's really surprising that this isn't sparking. You have to wonder, with such little evidence of playware, what wore out the flints, or did it ever spark at all? That's the other question that we have to ask ourselves. Did they just not build this thing properly? You know, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the camera, so I don't know if I had this off camera. But anyway, I think it's in good enough that I'm finally just going to accept this, you know, and live with a little bit of scuffing there and say, the hell with it. I am just going to finally, I'm going to keep this pair the way it is and not, you know, because I do know people that will just constantly want to upgrade. Even inserts. Josh, if you're listening, and Josh, who will upgrade just to get the insert. And look, he did get one good insert. The red insert. I won't mention the toy. And this is an inside baseball joke, but he'll know what I'm talking about. But, you know, get a toy to get a special insert. And it was a cool insert, I have to admit. And I should have probably not been as gracious, but he's found me some cool stuff. So I'll let it go this time. But anyway, that is your Flying 8 saucer. But as things go, I think it's a cool piece. And by the way, this is very, very affordable. And you can do this, whee, and play with it. But, you know, in all seriousness, I think I paid like $200 for this thing. And again, you know, when you're building a collection, you got to ask yourself, you know, if you're going to look at some of these reproductions or even new toys, you know, my advice to you is get stuff like this. You can't beat it. This is authentic tin litho from the 60s with a beautiful original box. I mean, this is the way to go. So even before you pick up like a Billiken or reproductions, and I would tell you this, like, if you're going to spend, you know, $75 for a reproduction or $100, you know what? Bank that money until you find something like this, because this will always maintain its value and ultimately, I think, go up, you know, because finding them this clean is unusual. But when you find them clean like this and pretty cheap, that's the way to go. That's just my 2 cents. That's my unsolicited advice to you know, the fledgling collectors out there. So anyway, as always, thanks for joining me. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to subscribe. Always appreciate it. Don't forget to thumb up the video if you like them and share them and all that other good stuff to help grow the channel and spread the word to the hobby. And with that, I will talk to you later.